Hey, we're back after a week off. On this week's episode of Garage Talk, we're going to talk about how I'm stupid and my brake pedal wasn't working.
NASCAR hit the paperclip in Martinsville with Chase Elliott winning, and drivers aren't happy in Formula One right now.
Or the fans. And we get a little off topic with some variety things from smokers to Formula One. That is on topic. Final Four stuff. All that and more right now. Welcome to an all-new episode of FR Racing's Garage Talk. I'm DJ Flook.
I'm Eric Richardson.
And we were off last week. It's, why is my microphone?
We're already starting with a blooper.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's not getting it. I'm leaving that in. I don't feel like editing that out. We were off last week. It was, it's one of those things where just schedules didn't work out, and it was just kind of a rough week, and
it was probably a good thing. By the time I got to the weekend, I had literally no voice. You can still hear it.
You can tell you had no voice. It's just chaos. We had 3 races. We had to close out the Wednesday Night Dash season. We'll get into that here in a little bit. The Japanese Grand Prix was this weekend.
That's another thing that happened.
Yeah, it happened.
It's fine. We had a busy iRacing week last week, and this week was absolutely nothing
at all. Nothing at all. It was like, you know what? I'm okay having the down week.
It worked out too.
We're having really good momentum lately with everything, and a stadium scene. The website had its first 500,000 page view month ever.
That's awesome.
Which we were just celebrating in January, the first ever 280,000 page view, and now we're up, got 500,000 in 1 month. Yeah, we hit it was 502,800 something, so we're just under 503,000. It is absolutely wild. I've been spending the last couple of weeks really tweaking the SEO, the Google stuff, all that fun stuff, and already seeing some early dividends on it, so I'm excited about that, and hopefully draws in more crowds to the racing. If you've noticed, if you go to Stadium Scene when we're live, it actually puts the live broadcast feed right on the front page now. And if you're not on the front page, it's got the annoying red banner at the top saying "Go watch." So I'm hoping these little things, people step in, they'll catch the live events, and it's just little things here that make such a huge difference.
It's crazy how this was a minor change, but it was a drastic outcome.
So, we're playing around with some new functionality we're not ready to talk about yet, but it's going to be a big summer, I think. I think it's going to be a really big summer.
Some testing in progress.
Yep. We got some testing, got some ideas. We're really trying to turn it into a whole, not just a league, not just a couple of leagues that get live streamed on YouTube. We want to turn this into a whole network, a whole channel, so to speak. So
it's on its way.
It's well on its way. So, maintaining 3 leagues is hard enough as it is. Maintaining 1 league is hard enough as it is. So, if it gets into anything beyond that, it's going to be people that we strategically align with and that we're not doing the league management on. Although there's so many good opportunities for leagues out there, I think an MX5 Cup league would be fun. Radical League is. We've got our GT that we run once a month on Fridays, one-ish a month. I mean, that's, we've got a variety of stuff, and it's, it's really coming along. We're really thrilled with how everything's going.
It's crazy where everything is in just a few short years from where we started.
Yeah, it's just kind of sometimes you just start walking, you don't know where you're going, and ideas happen and things happen, and you meet people and things come together, things fall apart, things change. Yeah, but we're realize in the end of June it will be year 5 already of
Yeah.
this.
I was just seeing the other day,
So
like, man, we're gonna have another giveaway coming up again here soon.
yeah, I was just thinking that like we got to get the giveaway figured out here soon for
And
the
even this
June
show
giveaway.
starts off as a harebrained idea, and here we are,
170 plus episodes in, plus another 20 something mini episodes that we did.
a bunch of lives
Uh,
and all sorts of stuff.
we're getting YouTube channels starting to turn the corner. It's just like, man, everything is like, it's so frustrating as a creator when you see these people have those viral moments or that like, oh, they just struck gold right away, and it's like, and you don't, and you just grind and grind, and it's just like you get to the point where you're just like, do I keep going? Do I give up? And we've like the mini episodes, they were fun, but they were actually causing more harm than good to our overall audience and to our overall show. So we're like, okay, well,
That's not gonna work.
let's cut that. Let's cut that. We gave up on that after 20 episodes. It didn't work. It is what it is. It's okay. Like, not everything you do is going to be a good idea, and not everything you're going to do is going to work, even if it is or it seems like a good idea. And that's fine. Just know when to cut and get out.
Trial and error, see what's going on, and at the end of the day, we
I mean,
enjoy everything that we're doing. That's why we're doing it.
you look at like the evolution of Wednesday Night Dash as a series from race 1 to where it is now.
Yeah.
And it's not
It's
anywhere close.
completely different.
And I think part of the reason it's been successful is, the two big reasons is one is the people. We've been very lucky with
Community on
the
Wednesday
group
Night
of people.
Dash.
Yep. But two is that, it's, we weren't afraid to evolve the league and make changes and not stick with things just because that's how they always say that's how we've always done it is the first sign of failure at anything. Because like not if you go and you stick to the same plan day in and day out for multiple years, things change. It's not going to work. You have to evolve your business, you have to evolve your creation, you have to evolve whatever you're doing. If you don't, you're going to fall behind, you will fail.
Yeah,
And
Wednesday
it's
Night
like,
Dash is on its third iteration now, more or
if you
less.
add all the mini changes and you look at like, hey, let's just run green flag, which has basically become what bottom split is now. Like the original Wednesday Night Dash is now bottom split.
Yep.
Basically, 8 race season, no cautions. We just run green to green. There was the ARCA season and Wednesday Night Dash. It's now its own league. We just basically took that and like, you know what? Let's spin this off as a actual developmental league, which is what it started as. It's not anymore.
And
And
didn't finally know a
congratulations.
true strength of schedule or strength of field for Wednesday night.
It's very, and I said to somebody who questioned that, and I said it's very misleading. Like the last race we did, I think it was like 16-16 was the iRating, but it's very misleading because a lot of the group do not do official races, which directly impacts it. And some people really like the draft master for some reason and have iRatings of like 700.
You're
And it's
gonna
like
get caught
they're
up in stuff.
they're a much better driver than a 700 iRating, but it's like you get caught up in the big one. I did draft masters once. I'm like, no, never again.
I have yet to do.
Never again. I did it one time, and I'm like, this is just only marginally better than Carb Cup.
And it's a nightmare.
I haven't done a Carb Cup in probably 2.5 years now.
I jump in one every now and then when I just want to get a quick race in, and more often than not, like 99% of the time, by lap 5, I've already been jumped.
Yeah, that's exactly. I don't even waste my time. And Delara Dash is just not. I mean,
We've done 2 of those in the past 2+ years.
I I haven't done a Delara Dash since. Actually, I take it back. I did a Delara Dash when it was the IRO one time, and it was incredibly fun. It was a small field as they frequently were, but with the IRO one, that car is so fast. It is insane how fast it is. I was doing like I took it out on Indy to do a time trial with it. It was doing like 36-second laps with it.
That's moving.
It's moving. And then the Delara Dash was at Talladega, and there was like six of us, and we actually like I think one person crashed out, but the other five of us ran the entire race, and you're going like 240 miles an hour at Talladega. Just it's not something you can do in real life.
Oh, no, not at all.
And it was 200. You're going like 240 miles an hour in this car that you're just like you got to just be very precise with that one little overcorrection, and you're gonna take out the whole group. And we didn't. It was incredible. Like I'm like that was surprisingly a lot of fun. Not realistic in the slightest, but it was a ton of fun. I think that was the last Delara Dash I ever did.
So I think we take a quick look at our races last week, but we should look at Japan and Martinsville.
I don't want to talk about last week. That oh, congratulations, Dawson Jimmy Johnson Buchanan
Yes,
got
Dawson
his drive.
Buchanan, another race win and another season title. Congratulations.
The problem with him is that if he gets to the front and it stays green, bye. It's like you got to get him on the short run, or you got to shuffle him back, and that is how you beat him. But once he's in the clear, once he's up front, if he's running second or third, and within half a second of the leader, and that run goes green, oh my God, he's gone every single time. It's unreal.
I like it. He's good.
He's very good.
Fun race.
But the thing too is it's like the guys won 5 in a row now or something like that. But it's like he's made everybody better in the process. Oh, yeah. Like the everyone's just like, I gotta beat this guy, and people are catching him. People, he has his off nights. He's had moments where he's not pulling to the front till the end of the season, and it's just like he's not running away with it, but the group is becoming better because he set the standard. He set the bar for this league.
Yeah, just the field top to bottom is so much better.
The last week sucked for me. So
I didn't get a chance to race.
Oh yeah, you didn't miss. Oh yeah, you missed out on Wednesday. Yeah, I put the sad emoji on the card because I didn't feel like
get back
making
from our water polo game in time.
So I had 3 really lousy races last week, and I couldn't figure out why I was so far off. Like especially at Spa, I'm like, why am I so slow? I mean, I wasn't
out later.
Yeah, I figured it out later. I went back and looked at the telemetry, and so Sim Magic put out Sim Pro 3 and carried over the profiles, and they told you to recalibrate, and I did, and it wasn't sticking. There was some kind of bug that it didn't stick. So what happened was I would brake, and I'd pull my foot off the pedal, but it wouldn't fully release the brake. And so I'm driving around Spa with like 3 to 5% brake applied the whole lap.
Yeah, it's not going to go well there.
And I'm putting down like 25 seconds per lap slower times. I'm like, why am I so slow? What am I, Marty Roth? Like,
and then you're like, oh, I was putting brake down the entire time.
I finally I parked. I was so mad. I parked it and like stormed off on Tuesday, and I just sat there like prepping the graphics and stuff, and I'm just like, why am I so slow? And on Monday, in Michigan in the ARCA race, I fell behind because I hit the brake. I misjudged the start. I hit the brake and the brake didn't release fully, and I thought it was me, so I didn't really think anything of it. And and then the next day that happened, and then just it was just terrible. So I spent like an hour over the weekend like recalibrating the pedals and testing it, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm back now. I think I'm good.
Yeah, we tried to do the same strategy as Spa, didn't we?
Yeah. It didn't work. I'm getting lapped like 3 laps in. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I think I could have made that work if I'd just been a couple seconds quicker per lap. But it helped a little bit.
The thing, too, that I've noticed, and I've really started to look deeper into this, especially with like, I've been prepping for the Long Beach race quite a bit. And I noticed my footwork is very sloppy at times where I'm not coming fully off the throttle, and you're getting that overlap between your throttle and brake. And it doesn't
really unsettle the car. Yeah, and then Monday for me, Michigan of all tracks, running nice, and like always, I got collected.
You've had a really bad streak of that lately.
I was so mad on Monday. At some point, I just want to be in a wreck that I actually cause. No, I'm good. I'm good. Nope.
I had that Indy wreck that I caused on the final restart. I think that was the first wreck that I truly was at fault for in a long time. I've had
like
cases
side
where maybe
swipes and stuff like that, but I don't think I've caused anything massive for a long time.
That's the first time I ever caused a big one myself. I'm usually caught up in it, and I'm just
if
like,
I've caused something big, it's because I've gotten thrown into it.
Yeah, or I misjudge a braking zone or something, and somebody runs into the back of me, or I run, something like that. But that was the true first really stupid thing I ever did, because I'm like, the thing is, I almost made it work, but it just, almost.
It's funny after I wanted to just say it across our team chat, and on Monday I'm like, I'm done with this poop. In other words,
you're like, I quit. I'm done. The Lime Rock Park's coming up this week.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be dumb and go, but it's like, do I really want to?
The turn 1 at Lime Rock Park is treacherous. And it's one of those things where if you're the inside car and you just come out just a little, you're too wide and you just kind of drift over a little bit, you're going to ruin a bunch of people's races. And it was funny, like a couple years ago I was watching it wasn't the IMSA, it was one of the like VP Fuels or Series or whatever it's called. And that happened on turn 1 at Lime Rock Park, where you've got like this big crash happens on lap 1, turn 1. I'm like, oh, glad it's not just us.
Yeah, that's where it was really great. When was it Martin? No, not Martinsville. Where did we run that we were like cautions right and left? And then that weekend we watched the Clash and we're like, oh, I feel a lot better.
It was North Wilkesboro.
That's it. So I don't feel as bad.
Martinsville was the reason why we implemented a caution system finally.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've thought about it. I'm like, are we ready to go back to Martinsville? Martinsville is one of those tracks as a kid I didn't really care for. But now that I'm older, I'm just like, man, it's so insane. Just and good segue there.
It's a fun track.
It is a lot of fun.
I had a
You know,
fun racing that one.
Joey Logano has some insane streak going of top 10 finishes at Martinsville now. I forget. He finished third on Sunday, but I want to say he's had like 10 straight races of a top 10 finish at Martinsville. And given like it's Martinsville, that's insane.
Chase Elliott gets the win.
He did.
And Denny Hamlin is criticizing the yellows.
Oh, did you see the Clint Boyer moment on Fox?
No.
The absolute worst choice of words say Boyer gets on the radio, hey, Boyer in the booth, and goes to Denny and he's like, everything's on fire for you right now. And everybody in the world went, oh my God. That was the worst thing you could have possibly said right now.
I'd be in favor of not having Boyer in the booth. What was it? Denny was talking about the caution. I didn't get to see the race, but it was like 19 laps of caution at the stage break. And I agree.
Yeah, I was in and out.
Dale Jr., it's like we don't need to be taking away a big chunk of the following stage.
I always thought that was kind of weird where it's like, hey, this is the blah, blah, blah 500, but it's like when you add in the stage breaks, how many laps are you taking away? And it's like, will that be taken away as a caution at some point anyway? Like, probably, but still, it's like, why would you artificially do that? I don't know. I still, it's like if you want to add stage points in that garbage, like, just keep it going green.
That's what I want to see. Do your stages, but let it keep going green. Because then it changes up the race and the fuel strategy and everything. And then cars aren't going to just run for the first stage. How much racing do we actually see in the first stage?
None. It's all short of a screw up. Have you ever noticed you look at the bar on the screen, the first stage is almost always green the whole way. And then stage 2, stage 3 gets chaotic. A lot of times. NASCAR posted their Ask the Drivers question video. And it's like, which driver is most likely going to cause a wreck? And, every single driver went, Carson Hocevar.
Yes.
And, and they cut to Carson, and they go, the question is, which driver causes the most wrecks? And he looks up and goes, God damn it.
I still think NASCAR taking the change up is huge, but they still got to figure out the stage breaks. I think that's the big thing that's still hurting them.
I saw this clip of, we're jumping all over the place, but I saw a clip of Will Buxton was asked a question, and he said what's one thing that F1 does better than IndyCar? What's one thing IndyCar does better than F1? And I really liked his answer. He the peanut gallery back there. So I really liked his answer of what one thing F1 does better, what's one thing IndyCar does better, and he compared. Basically, he said IndyCar would be like going to see Coldplay in like a dive bar, like a little old dive bar. It's very small. It's got the sticky, gross floor, but it's very personable. And it's very, you've got that access to the driver. Everybody has access to that driver. It's very personal. Formula One, on the other hand, is like going to see Coldplay in a 100,000 seat stadium with the kiss cam and the light up bracelets and everything. And it's the big spectacle, but it's nowhere near as personal as IndyCar, and I'm like, that's a pretty good analogy of the two sports right now.
And Formula One right now is such a mess.
Did you see that clip that was leaked of Red Bull testing some kind of V8 hybrid?
I haven't yet.
It was, they stuck around Suzuka and were testing this, I guess, a different engine. Jeez, Ollie Berman, man.
That was a hard
for him to walk away with just a contusion is unreal, because like he looked like I thought he broke his leg or broke his ankle after he got out of the car, the way he was hobbling like that.
He crashed doing what, 191?
Yeah.
And there was about a 40 km/h difference in closing speed.
Yeah.
You get a car that moved with somebody closing, hit the grass, lost it, and
hard hit. Colapinto. Part of me was actually saying, hey, can we now threaten the Argentinian fans?
I'm sure somehow it'll still be Behrman's fault that Colapinto got put in this situation.
He caused it, so to speak. Oh, jeez.
A lot of the drivers they do not like these, and you have
Max
one of
threatening
the
to
top
quit.
drivers that's threatening to retire. We're saying that it
George Russell's complaining.
George Russell could sweep every race, every point, every sprint, every pole possible, and he would still find a way to complain about something.
He would. That is a fact.
I want to like George, but he complains and whines about literally everything. He took my corner.
I still love that. Anthony Davidson. Racing is not a contact sport. Racing is not a contact sport, to which David Croft said, what, you mean Robin's not racing?
Every other series out there rubs wheels or bangs doors, and then you have Formula One. He was beside me through the corner. That's a penalty.
I was there first. I was 3/4 of a millimeter in front of him entering that turn. It was my corner.
Saw that. How?
Wasn't it Christian Horner a couple years ago did that, where it was one of those who got to the corner first, and he has like printouts of it?
Yeah.
Or was that?
Yeah, that was Horner. Like, this is playground, like elementary school stuff.
I think there's, for the first time in a long time, I think there's panic in the F1 leadership. Like, this is not going well. And then you've had to, not their fault, obviously, but they've had to cancel both races in April. The next time we're going to see them again is Miami in early May.
Yep.
And
in the middle of season, 5-week break.
It's just like the whole, like, I don't know. I watch it because I feel like I'm obligated to watch it given everything we do. But like, I watched the Japanese Grand Prix last weekend. It was, it started at like 11 o'clock Pacific time. So, it'd be 2 a.m. your time when that started.
Yeah, it was late when I saw the first
and then I watched it, and I'm just like, why did I watch that?
I want to see racing, not who can charge the battery the best.
I love the mockery of the downshift in the straights that's become a talking point of series around the world, and you have everything from IMSA and supercars and NASCAR and IndyCar are just flat out mocking F1.
A 30-mile-an-hour speed drop while full throttle on a straightaway.
Super clipping.
I'm not sure who's leading. Is it Kimi Antonelli or Kimi Räikkönen?
Yeah. Like they didn't get his name right this week. That was still the funniest
funny
thing.
That George is not leading the championship.
Oh, it was his to win. It's his.
Yeah, George is going to win George's title. George will be world driver champion. And it's 3 races in, but
I mean, if he went off of 3 races in a few years ago, Charles Leclerc would have been the champion that year. He was not.
But big drive from Kimi. Go from first to 7th on the start.
Yeah, bottled the start. Absolutely
just
bottled the
drive
start.
your way back through the field.
I sent you that shirt the other day, that the Fred shirt that said it was a picture of Fred Vasseur and it said MILF and it says, "Man, I love Fred."
Yeah,
it's like that is like it's like if I wasn't in my 40s, I would probably buy that, but as somebody in their 40s, I'm like, no, I can't do that anymore. I mean, I have some absurd shirts, but like that's too far for me nowadays.
I wouldn't care. I'd probably do it.
Plus, I don't really want to explain that joke to my kids. That's not right. Yeah, that's not. They're not. That I had to explain to them the other day. Like, I guess one of their YouTube stars that they like to watch, that this person is like now a teenager or close to a teenager, and the videos have not really like appropriate for kids my age anymore. They're a lot of teenage stuff, and I'm trying to explain to an 8-year-old, like, it's just not appropriate. It's like, why? I'm like, because it's not. Because they talk about things that like you wouldn't understand. And like, what?
You don't need to know that yet.
You don't need to know. You'll understand. When you're older, you'll understand.
So do we think the mess of Formula One is going to end up helping NASCAR and IndyCar?
It might. So far, based on the ratings, no. I mean, the IndyCar's ratings at Barber were dropped from last year, which I don't know why. That race just never seems to get good television ratings.
There wasn't as much hype going into it either. Because you played up Phoenix big time, and doing Arlington was big.
Yeah, and
it's
then
like, hey, we're going to Barber.
It's kind of like, it's Barber. It's a fun track. It's a fun race. It's just the general public doesn't really care. Like, that's kind of what it's become. But you got Long Beach here in a couple weeks.
Long Beach, and we're not too far away from the month of May now.
We're very close.
As the recording, it's next month.
We are a month away. My kids were so we're recording this on April Fool's Day, and I actually did not pull any pranks on my wife this year. I mean, I guess there's still some time in the day, but I thought about it and I was just like, eh. And I was thinking to myself, I hope I never have like a heart attack or a medical emergency on April Fool's Day, because I would be totally screwed.
No, you're not.
I was like, oh, I fall over and like lying there.
Yeah. DJ, get up.
Get up, you idiot. And then they're like, okay, you're really committed to this bit. Oh,
yeah. He wasn't joking.
Yeah, he's turning colors. Oh. It's like, please, yeah. That would be that would be like almost karma for me. Is that I have a medical emergency on April Fool's Day and no one takes it seriously.
Hopefully
Like as
not, but
horrible
it'd
as
be
that's
kind of funny.
horrible as it sounds. But last year, the joke I pulled on her, it was so stupid, but it's still one of my favorite pranks I've ever pulled. Um, like one year, I told her I quit my job, and I sent her photos of me like had my feet propped up at like McDonald's or something at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Um, and I didn't actually quit my job. I just took an early lunch just to say I quit my job, and she bought it briefly. But the last year, I took her phone, and she has this car playlist that
Oh, I remember you
you
telling
know
me
it's
about
just
this.
yes. For those that don't remember, I took her car playlist, and it's shared. So like when we plug it in, it puts the person's name and picture above who added the song to the playlist. So I went in there and added a bunch of like the best of Yoko Ono. And if you aren't familiar with Yoko Ono and the music stylings of Yoko Ono, I will pause so you can go search for that in Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you use. So we're driving in the car like a week later after I do this, and all of a sudden this Yoko Ono song comes on, and she's doing her usual like, the typical Yoko Ono song. And my kids are just laughing their heads off, like, Mom, what are you listening to? And she's getting like really defensive. She's like, I did not add this. And I'm like, your name and picture next to it. And she changes the song, and then another Yoko Ono song comes on. It's like, so my kids are giving me these really terrible ideas of things I could do, and like, what? Why don't I just like fake falling down the stairs? Like that's about the same level of idea you're giving me right now.
Kids are getting to be that age where they can be vicious.
Yeah, their teacher played a prank on them today. That they had a practice for the state testing that like they do year round schooling. So they're off from Memorial Day to the middle of July, and then they're back to school. And then they do state testing in like August. So they're prepping for their state testing now. And the teacher came in this morning and said that somehow the testing they did got deleted. Got messed up. It got deleted, so they have to redo your test again today. And the kids are like,
Awesome.
no. Then another kid said that she brought brownies for the class today,
Yeah.
and kids were getting pumped, and then find out that it was just the pieces of brown cardboard cut in the shape of an E, a brown E. That's pretty funny. I'm like, for an 8-year-old, that is pretty funny.
If your kids ever think they're playing a prank, they walk up to you and go, "Come play with us." Run. Especially if they're in a
Come,
long hallway.
come play. I've been trying to like do the Shining Twins for. Actually, you know what would be funny? They do the Shining Twins, but then I play the boy and I ride on the tricycle.
Awesome.
That would be. I always thought I had to be Jack, but no, maybe I should be the boy on the tricycle. That would be funnier.
I don't know if I'll be able to, but I want to dress my son up one time in a little suit and put him on a little red tricycle.
I don't know, I thought you were gonna suggest like a Chucky costume.
Yeah, that too. I really want to do Saul.
Want to play a game?
Chucky'd be awesome too. And then when she gets older, I could do Chucky and then Bride of Chucky.
That would be just awful. God.
Yeah, we went there.
Oh, that would be awful. That's awful for so many reasons, and I'm not getting into.
Yeah, that's why I'm an idiot.
Oh man. I forget what the costumes. I don't even remember what they did last. I have to look it up. We did the Mario costume as a family the one year where I was Luigi.
I'm trying to think what it even was. Oh, he was like an construction worker this year.
I don't even remember what were they? Man, my brain is like
Yeah,
completely fried.
at some point I probably won't be allowed to be in charge of Halloween costumes.
Yeah, it's just they and the thing is too, they're like their ideas change, and then like the day before Halloween they want a different costume. Like where exactly do you expect me to get this costume from? Uh,
Halloween costumes are so expensive.
they are insanely expensive.
Why does that thing cost $70? It's nothing.
That you're gonna wear one time. Yeah, I've
And
I've gotten to
cheaply
the point
made
where
generally too.
I save the costumes and I wear them a second time. At like I cycle them out after a couple of years. Um, oh, that's right. One kid was Princess Jasmine and the other one was Ghost Spider. I forgot about that.
We've slept since then. It happens.
Yeah. One time I came up with a costume 5 minutes before we walked out the door. I have a Bugs Bunny Toon Squad jersey and a pair of rabbit ears for some reason. That actually I think it was the kids. And I just put the rabbit ears on and the Bugs Bunny jersey and I was Bugs Bunny. Very, very low effort.
I think my go-to if I need something real quick, it's grab a hockey jersey.
Yeah, that's the go-to. So this weekend, the Cup Series is off for Easter. There's no Formula One. There's no IndyCar, but you've got the Truck Series and you've got the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
It's fun to see how those go.
Yeah.
It was weird. Such a quiet week of racing.
I mean, not watching it. The NCAA tournament was dominating the TV. Did you see any of that Duke UConn game at the end?
Saw the buzzer beater.
Yeah, that was. Did you see the crowd shots where they were showing people in the crowd associated with the? They showed Dan Hurley's
Yeah.
mom, and she's like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, "Well, now I see where he gets it from."
It's one of those I don't like either team, but I guess at
The
least Duke lost. I don't like UConn.
the the Daily Show made fun of the game, and they said, "Yeah, UConn, you beat a school, a private school full of rich kids, by a school of where the state is full of public schools of rich kids." I'm still bitter at UConn for the that Final Four from a
Yep.
couple years ago. I'm also bitter at Arizona, and yeah, I'm just bitter. That was unreal though that Duke choked a 19-point lead away.
That's wild.
The thing though is like when they were down, UConn was down 19, and they showed Dan Hurley kind of on the sidelines. He had this look on his face, and in the back of my mind is like he doesn't think he's out of this yet. Like you can see it, like in his eyes, there was something like we're not done yet. This game isn't over.
You got to play it the whole way.
But man, that was such a bungled last possession by Duke. Like they could have just thrown the ball up in the air and it probably would have been okay. Like, anyway,
Practice those situations.
well, so much for that. We got the Final Four this weekend, and then in Indianapolis, and then yeah, Rockingham on Friday and Saturday. No Sunday racing. What am I going to watch on TV Sunday? Oh, I guess I'd probably have to go to my in-laws for Easter.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do those things, I guess.
Yeah.
Take a bottle of Malort as a gift.
Uh, the last time they were like, come over to our house. And like, we can't. I'm running. I've got my smoker running, and I can't leave that unattended. And I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. And like, they come over, and they're like throwing this huge fit about like, your children have asthma, and you've got a smoker. I'm like, oh, get out of here! Like,
it's fine.
Like, they're not gonna have an asthma attack being in the swimming pool 20 feet away from my smoker that occasionally, you know, shoots some smoke out when the pellets are loaded in there. It's like, get out of here. Like,
It's just gonna smell good outside.
that's right. It smells like mesquite barbecue. It is funny. I bought this outdoor table to put next to my smoker now, and like, because I get yelled at for like prepping in the house, so I bought an outdoor table to put next to it. So now I'm outside like prepping the pork. You know, I have this like pork shoulder that I'm sitting there trimming outside. Like isn't that what a kitchen's for? Prepping food.
They make outdoor kitchens.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not in the budget, so I got my. It was like a $70 outdoor table. It has like a lockable cabinet that I can store some of my equipment in there. So
Now you gotta
yeah,
find
it's
a way
still good.
to redesign the backyard to build in a tiki bar and have a grill built in with your smoker next to it, sink, fridge, cutting boards. Maybe like a
Wet
warm-up
bar,
bar.
kegerator.
Yep.
On a final side note before we wrap today, those cutwater tequila drinks, those are dangerous.
Probably.
Like, it's a 12-ounce can, and it's like, it hits you hard. And I'm like, wow, I can't drink these. Like, I'm too old for this now. Back to Michelob Ultra. All right, so glad we're back on schedule here. Thank you again for tuning in as always. We got Bottom Split on Monday. We've got Indy Racing World Series from Kansas on Tuesday. Wednesday Night Dash will be back on the 22nd of April. We've got a really good field, good full field coming back for that series.
Big field for trucks.
I think we're gonna have 25. Is my projection right now. The biggest season yet, the biggest number yet. So I'm looking forward to that. And FRRacingOnline.com, at FRRacingOnline on social media. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in. Take care.